What's up, you guys? It is Mary.
And
we invite you guys to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below, y'all, because today we are going to actually be talking about this new show that's come out on TLC called Prisoner of a Prophet. And this is about Warren Jeff, the sickie from the FLDS who was the quote-unquote prophet, who was raping and marrying all these young underage women and was just doing a bunch of Gomorrah stuff, a lot of nasty things. So we have watched the first, second, and half of the third episode, and this time, this is actually about Brielle's story, and this is his 65th wife who has come out to talk about what was going on in the FLDS and her story. We were I was very interested to watch it because I really wanted to know the roots, because I know that Cody, he is a part of the FLDS because there are two sects with the Mormons. I think this is all kind of streaming from the Mormons.
He's a former member, because in the recent years they have not been going to church. But this is what he used to be part of the LDS, which is the Mormon church. Yeah. But then, of course, remember his mom became part of the FLDS. Yeah, he came back from some mission, 2-year mission. He came back and found that his parents were now part of the FLDS. And FLDS has broken up into many sects of FLDS.
Yeah, the difference between LDS and FLDS, because it means Fundamentalist Latter-day Saints, and LDS means Latter-day Saints. LDS don't practice polygamy
anymore.
FLDS do practice it.
Yes.
Yeah. FLDS actually practice it. So that is the difference between them. Yeah. So we're actually just going to go ahead and get into 444. So there were no willing witnesses to actually take down Warren Jeff, because they were really all taught that the police were bad. You can't trust them.
Right.
And so there's no willing witnesses, but they have been trying to get him for a while. But apparently someone had came out and said that Jeff had tried to force her to marry some older man.
Yes.
So he was actually charged with rape as an accomplice. Yes,
an accomplice to rape. Yeah.
Yeah. So he went on the run. But he was still very much in the church, controlling people and all this stuff, because he had really just controlled these people psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, through the words, through fear, through what he was saying, through his sermons, and just the sick stuff he was doing. Then also the fact that he
had taken all their stuff, too.
I mean, like their businesses, their cars, their leases, their titles, like all of that he owned, and he put it in a charity. Oh, you okay?
Oh, I think something tried to come in my nose. A little buggy.
Okay. Sorry. But yeah, so he had put it in a charity that he owned. Because at first they weren't doing that. The charity, I think it was UEP. Now he turned it from a business to a charitable thing. So he was the sole owner of it, actually. Yes.
So it's like he tries to control you socially, tries to control you economically, And then, of course, you have to do all these sermons and stuff. He tries to control the information. And this is how he controls people, by control of the media, control of your social life, control of your economic life.
Yeah.
Those 3 things. And when I think of those 3 things, I just think about the time that we're living in now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where you have certainly media trying to tell you how to think and all that stuff. There's like this just...
influx of media.
Plethora of like information just coming at you, and a lot of them are not objective. I remember a time when you can turn on CNN and it's objective. I'm just giving you all the news. Now everyone is giving their opinion of the news. So it's kind of like, and I think because of that, I think that's why even CNN, their ratings were suffering before, because people just want to know what the news is. I don't need you to give your opinion of the news that I've just heard. So.
And then also the thing is, he really just really harped on them that there was going to be this apocalypse and all this stuff, which, is so crazy, because I've watched so many cult documentaries, it's not even funny. Right. Because I'm a true crime fan. I love those shows, mainly just so I know who to watch out for in my life. I know who's a red flag. But, basically, they really talk about this whole thing about an apocalypse, which I think they really only talk about because they want to say, basically, when the police come and get my sickness, get my sick ass. Yes, basically, I'm trying not to cuss. But when they basically try to come and get my sick self, really, this is not what's right. It's actually an apocalypse, and they're going to come get us anyway because they don't like the way that we're doing our religion. Yeah. So that's what he taught them or whatever. Yeah. And he said the reason why that we were taught this is just because, you know, to fear the police and don't feel like you can trust them. Yeah. But what I thought was interesting, because it was kind of like the same correlation that I saw, because they were talking about how they would hoard food so excessively. Yeah. Like they would have stuff for 5-10 years. Yeah. And I remember Cody and his family used to do that. Yes. Yes. So you see how some of the foundation is permeated through the sex. Absolutely. Like that's what I'm really seeing. The belief. What they believe, yeah. I mean, and but obviously you said there was nothing wrong with it because you said sometimes it is good to keep some stuff. Maybe not 5-10 years, but certainly for a year is good. Yeah, at least. Or 6 months. I always. At least kidogo. At least a little something or whatever. Yeah. But it's to the point where it's so fearful. Like to the point where he sat down and he told Kristyn, I know you're leaving, but you want to get your lamb chops? We should break that up and see what you want. She said, I'm not living my life in fear. F you. Basically. That's what she said. So I just thought that was really, like, I'm just really seeing a lot of correlations. Yeah. Not that I'm thinking Cody is a cult leader or any of that. I don't think he's abusing kids. I don't. I know there's some people in our conversations like, well, you mean he might be marrying Robin's kids? I was like, no. Yeah. I don't see that. But I just thought that was really interesting. And apparently he was living off of the money off the people because the thing is, they actually caught him. He was in Las Vegas, seeing prostitutes, seeing strippers, had 8 wigs, well, several wigs, and he had tons of money. What the hell are you doing in Las Vegas? You're not keeping sweet, sir. When there is no, none of your FLDS are over there, so what the hell are you doing in Las Vegas? They're literally living for you. They've sold. You know, he has all that money. In fact, he was wearing shorts and a t-shirt. Yes. So my thing is, it just seemed like he just was doing the complete opposite. Isn't that always the case, though? With these cult leaders, do absolutely. As I say, don't do as I sneak out to do. Yes, he was driving a red Cadillac Escalade, actually. And he used to say that the color red was like a devil's color. Yeah. He had told his followers not to wear red. Yeah. But he is there in a red Cadillac Escalade. Just being a demon on the strip of Las Vegas. No, he wanted attention. Yeah. I mean, that's how you get the prostitutes and he had the money, too. So he wanted to show, like, hey, I have money. Gambling. Look at my car. I know. But what I thought was crazy, because, I mean, before he actually got arrested, he actually took Brielle on a walk. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, she actually really feared him. Yeah. This is his 65th wife who's coming out telling the story. Yeah. She actually feared him, and whenever she saw him, she would actually freeze up. Right. And in his sick mind, he thought she was playing hard to get. But then things got really ugly for her, when he found out that she actually just was not sexually attracted to him at all. Yeah. But one day he decides to take her out for a walk in the woods, and he tells her, "For sure, on having a baby." He says, "Well, because he said all the women will be mothers. There's no choice. You will be a mother, which means you will be having sex with me." Yeah. Really. And he said, "Do you want kids?" And she said, "No." No. And he took that. He got very mad, and he sent her away to a house in hiding in Dakota. Yeah. So when it came that that's a place he was arrested, who were shunned go. Yes, that's where he puts them. It's called a hidden house, where all you do is basically look over the properties that he owns. Yes, but you work for and free. Then so you just basically pray, fast, and you think about the things that you have done wrong. Mm-hmm. So when she was in this place when he was arrested, and she knew she had to escape. So when they went on this quote-unquote phone run, which means they go find a phone at a local store because they don't want to be tracked to where they actually are, because this is a hidden place. Right. She told the man and his wife who were watching over her, who are these quote-unquote caretakers, she told them that I had to use the bathroom. Yeah. So she actually just walks to the back and runs out the Dollar General. Yeah. And she's just running and running and running. Somebody called the cops on her. Suspect, there's somebody in a prairie dress running around. I don't know what the hell's going on. Police, hello. But she got there and she was so afraid to. She didn't even talk. Yeah, she couldn't even talk. And also, I mean, you lose your social skills and stuff like that. Yeah, being there. So she went back. She went back. I was like, oh my god. Why? I was like, well. But I understood it. I've seen so many people, women who are in domestic violence. They said it takes 7 times for a woman to leave her abuser. They will leave and they go back. I remember one lady. She was
Yeah, she was African, and she came to us, and her husband had done all the stuff. She showed us all the cruises and all that, and I was just like, I just asked her, "Are you really going to leave now?"
Yeah.
Because I just knew, I was looking at her face, and all the other nurses are like, she gotta go, blah 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 blah. But it's like I was looking at her, and I just knew, she wasn't going to go. She wasn't going to leave him. She wasn't ready. So all I did was just, hey, this is my phone number. If you find yourself in a situation where it's dangerous, call me, and I can call the police on your behalf to go meet you at your house. And that's that's what I did. But because I just knew that she wasn't, yeah.
Yeah.
But it takes, like you said, it takes a long time to leave. It's better you leave early than later, because sometimes you may not have an opportunity. You'll already be dead, But it's tough. But I understood when she ran, and even though I was sad that she came back, I kind of felt like she was going to.
Well, because
she's been taught all her life not to trust the police.
Yeah,
that
so
they are there to
trust?
take you away and break up your family.
Yeah.
And mess everything up for us. And this Warren Jeffs guy, he had put that in their minds. Even when his ass was in jail, had the nerve to be having some kind of sermon with his followers, talking about, I don't even know why they gave this asswipe the privilege of a long damn phone calls for him to make a damn sermon.
I thought it was so crazy. I was like, how does this even happen?
This is why when you look at shows like Love After Lockup,
they said they had iPads and they had apps where he could get booty pictures.
Go back to jail because jail seems to be so comfortable. This man doing a sermon, talking to his followers. They had a barber.
They had makeup artists there.
This man,
jail's like some luxury. Somebody need to arrest whoever's doing that.
Sat up there giving a sermon, talking about the fact that they don't cut his trifling ass, his pedophile ass, his sicky ass. Talking about how this is revelation happening right now. Remember the revelation I told you about? This is what's happening to me. No, you're a pedophile. Ain't no revelation. You're not close to God. You don't even know God.
You are an agent of Satan. You are Satan's child.
You will not even find no star before I say celestial kingdom. Go sit your ass down somewhere.
No, you will be seeing the ashes of hell.
I just had no idea. I mean, he was having a whole damn sermon on the phone in jail.
Somebody needs to be shot for allowing that to happen. I don't know what's going on
in jail, but I'm telling you, even when you look at Love After Lockup, that Cameron fellow.
He said he had a whole iPad.
He is ready.
This man is full porn on his show.
Like crazy. I don't know how he's going to drive his car.
Remember we knew somebody who was getting their drugs from a tray in jail? Remember that?
Oh, no, those were actual pills. Those were actual pills. Stop telling my stories.
You told the people the story a long time ago. I think you actually said who it was.
No,
I'm not going to repeat it.
I certainly did not. Oh my goodness gracious.
But yeah, so that
jail,
was just
American jail it seems
like it's a goddamn luxury.
Quite comfortable.
So why would you want to? Why would you want? I mean, me personally.
You have a place to go sleep.
You have an iPad.
You have your food.
Hey, you have your baba. You have the baba.
You have to make up people. You can talk. She said he called several times a day. The man gave me long out sermons.
You know what? It always shocks me when I'm on TikTok. When I see prisoners on TikTok. I see it quite often, though.
Prisoners are
on TikTok. On TikTok,
they're allowed to do social media.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. That's how they do.
You can buy the apps.
I cannot.
Crazy.
Like,
but
it's comfortable, so when you get out
they
of
were
jail,
told to write him 5 pages a week and send pictures. And even the police had to tell people, stop writing him letters, because all he's doing is going around this jail cell and masturbating all day.
Oh, my God.
Can you imagine? That wahala.
But he's a prophet, though.
But guess what? He was such a freak. He instilled this whole program called Seed Bearers.
Yes.
Where he told all the men in the faith to leave your wives. You guys
unmarried,
are to unmarry them.
Unmarried them.
Yes, you are unmarried from them.
They're all dealing with spiritual marriage. I don't think they're dealing with any legal marriages. Everything is spiritual marriage.
Listen, I said this a while ago. If polygamy was legal, no man in hell will actually be participating. They might have 2 wives, but I bet you they will not be having 3, 4 wives. Like, if they were forced to actually marry all of these women, they're not going to do it. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, America is a patriarchal place.
Yeah.
They know, yes, you're marrying these women spiritually. Yes, you say it's religion, but we know it's from your loins. So please, we're not going to make it legal. Because if it was legal, you would not be doing this. Exactly. So please, that's why they don't make it legal. It's not because they think it's bad. Yeah. It's just because they're men and they know that these men really are doing it for us. Exactly. That's why.
Exactly.
But this whole thing called seed bearers, it was really. So when he told these men to unmarry these women, right?
Yes. No, he just told them, you're unmarried.
You're unmarried.
All of them. He put women in one area a certain area for housing. He separated the men and the women. And then their children he sent somewhere else.
From jail.
From jail. He did this. And what I personally think, he was trying to get back at the men. Because I think that with his narcissistic, devilish ass, he blamed the men for being caught. Yeah. That's because narcissists will never take accountability.
No.
So he blamed the men. And so now he started doing this whole seed bearer thing where they will bind these girls, young women, and they will lay them down. And then the men are supposed to wear white, and 15 of them come in and rape this girl.
Who was tied up.
While the ex-husband who was married to this woman before watches as 15 men go in and out of his former wife.
To plant a seed.
And they call them seed bearers.
Yeah.
I think that's what he was doing, punishments for the men.
It was only a select amount of men that he allowed to do this. The rest of them had to watch their wives be raped.
And those were the sickies with him.
Yeah.
Who they've been doing their crap.
Yeah, which I just thought, really just brought tears to my eyes, honestly. It was just really a mess.
And what also, I don't know how broken you have to be to continually stay in a thing like that where the men also are being subjugated and you don't rise up and fight for your families.
Me personally, I would not be shocked if men were also getting raped as well.
No, I wouldn't.
I would be shocked if they
and I think we will see the next part where she
part
talks
3
about her relationship with her brother.
Yeah.
Brielle.
But that was sad because also when she left and she came back, he decided I'm going to be giving her 800 milligrams a day of Seroquel, which is actually for very intense bipolar patients.
Medications, exactly.
It's for bipolar patients,
and she had no mental health issue, and so she was just drugged out.
Yeah.
And was that when they told her to go kill herself? Was that the next one?
No, this is the episode.
Okay.
But what happened was, so he basically, because everybody was talking to Jeff about her because she was the one who had escaped and came back.
Yeah.
So he was basically saying what they should be doing to her and all this stuff. But then this whole entire process got sped up because, of course, they had overturned it because of the jury, right?
Yeah.
But then they found out that he had
He was arrested in Utah and he was charged with being an accomplice of rape.
But that was overturned.
He was found guilty by the jurors after a 16-hour deliberation. And then they took it to the Supreme Court in Utah.
Yeah.
That overturned that verdict.
Because of jury complications or whatever.
And so what happened was the Attorney General in Utah contacted Texas because he says in Texas they have some issues with the things that he did. Remember we talked about that girl who called from the temple in Texas to say that they are trying to force her to marry some man.
Yeah, that's Sarah Brielle. Right. She was held against her will and was told to marry an old man.
And she didn't
want to. The cops
came. So they came, and when they came, they saw about
a lot of pregnant
young girls. And so they went, got search warrants.
They did a massive raid.
They did a massive raid, got all the videos and all that stuff.
The records from his temple.
They removed 416
kids from the ranch.
And there was quite a bit of them who were already pregnant. And so now they were able to, Texas was able to, when Utah contacted them and said, this verdict has been overturned, you all better get stuff going with him. They picked him up from Utah, brought his ass to Texas to try him. And now they had those charges. They had the evidence. And they charged him with 2 counts of rape.
Which will give the verdict of that
minor.
We'll get the verdict of that in the next episode.
In the next one, yes.
But after that, he said that, he was going to jail, whatever. He now instructs the followers from jail, she got to go.
Yes.
Blood anointment. Yes. Basically.
I know. They have a purity book. Remember Cody kept on talking about Mary's purity? They apparently have a purity book. And she says in the latter pages of that book,
it's something about blood anointment.
Called blood atonement.
Atonement, yeah.
When you will either...
When you are just a lost soul, where you have basically become like such a lost soul, you can't come back.
A liability.
Yeah.
That means that you're about to go tell their business, you know too much. But they do this blood atonement where pretty much they kill you.
Well, really, you should have actually had blood atonement warn Jeff, because you were a liability and you were a lost soul.
Why did
you you were a serpent of the devil.
Yeah.
Okay. So you should have atoned yourself. But that's basically what it was. So it's basically, they said that it's okay. They know that legally you can't do it. So they frame it as an accident. Yes. So they'll basically say, if you kill yourself, we'll say it's an accident, yes. Right? But if you don't kill yourself, I'll kill you. And say an accident. And we'll say that you did it.
Yes.
Or it's suicide or it's an accident, basically. Yeah. So she knew that she had to die, because he said the reason why she had to die is because they knew if she got away, she would definitely lock him up, because she knew about the whole child bride thing, which we're going to get into what happened. She had seen what he does to the underage brides that he says are for protection. So they told her, yeah, take your ass to the reservoir and go drown yourself. Yes. She stood down there up to her neck, and she said, this ain't the way how I want to go out. Because apparently she had actually tried to kill herself beforehand. By drinking bleach. Because they were there drugging her. So she tried to drink bleach, but she just threw up. I can't imagine. Can you imagine putting that down your esophagus? Oh, my God. It just makes you want to choke on your own saliva. Like, that is just... I don't know. You have to be in a dark place to go and drink some damn bleach.
So giving her the drugs, and they said that this was not an anomaly for them.
This is quite common.
This is common for them when someone is misbehaving to give them these drugs.
As a form of control. At how deep all this sickness goes.
Darkness, yeah.
FLDS, Warren Jeff. Hey, but you know what's crazy? I really personally, there's this one man who actually said, I'm happy about the work that she's doing, because this woman, Brielle, she actually lives 100 yards away from one of those houses. From where she grew up, where she is basically an escape place for people to come from that place. So they don't have to go far. It's right there.
Exactly.
But this guy was saying that, I'm so happy about the work that she's doing to kind of help normalize our community.
The guys that escaped.
Yeah, and I was just like, well, was it ever normal? Because my opinion is, I don't think somebody like Warren Jeff just gets up so brazenly and does this stuff. Yeah. I feel like it probably has been in the religion for a while. It just has been hidden.
Doing this crap for a while. So he grew up under the tutelage of that father.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but then also, where does the father get it from? You see what I'm saying? It kind of goes deep, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. So, I'm just like, was it ever really normal?
From the previous prophet.
Or was this always in the religion? Because, even that guy Joseph Smith, the one who was there marrying other women's husbands, other women's wives, other men's wives, and was having sex with them. Even Kristyn was like brother husbands.
That's how he was killed too. Actually, he was killed. That's why he was killed. I think assassinated, really, because you're not going to be marrying people's wives and think that your ass going to be.
And then you talking about how sex with the prophet was a heavenly thing. So my thing is, Joseph Smith, the actual creator of it, was doing sick stuff like this. Exactly. So I'm just like, was this religion ever really pure? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Or it just makes you wonder. I'm not saying that it's not, because I know
he started the whole religion thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, Diana. Yeah. Was he the one who started the whole Mormonism thing?
Well, I don't think. Well, maybe it was the polygamy thing. I don't know who started the Mormonism.
That's right. Because it was LDS. And then it split, and the ones who wanted to continue with polygamy became FLDS.
You know what I think it is?
I think that's the Joseph Smith, the FLDS, not the LDS.
Yeah.
But they don't do polygamy.
You know what I think it is? I think it's basically y'all follow this tree, right? You have Mormonism, right?
Yeah.
Then you have Latter-day Saints here.
Mormonism is LDS. Yes, LDS and Mormonism is the same thing.
Diane, please hop on this. Please hop on this because we don't know about this. I think it's Mormon, Latter-day Saints, and then FLDS. I think Mormon is somewhere connected to all of this because he was talking about Jesus Christ, and I was like, where does Jesus Christ come into FLDS?
Well, they use the Bible though. Oh yeah,
they use the Bible.
No, I see what you're saying. Okay, they are the same people. Yeah.
Because I'm just like, who do they worship? Is it Jesus Christ?
No, it's the Church of it's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Is that FLDS or
That's
LDS?
Mormon. Mormon is only a nickname and was given to members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So I'm wondering.
No, okay, I remember now. They said FLDS is actually about Mormonism, but it's they say it's a backward way of doing it because
they still do the polygamy.
Polygamy is, they say, it's sinful and it's wrong.
Right.
So it is Mormonism still.
Yes.
Diana, if we wrong or anybody else wrong,
the only thing
please
that's
let us
on
know.
it now is the polygamy.
Listen, we are not Mormons.
And then I wondered
know.
to myself because in FLDS they go with the prophet, right? And the prophet gets to write, he can write new rules. So that's the FLDS.
Yeah.
So so probably they're using not only the Bible, but of course they have to be using the book
from the
prophet,
yeah,
who has new revelation according to him, and he's writing these new rules. Because look, they had the whole purity book.
Yeah.
Right? So they use the Bible, but they're also using other books, the FLDS.
Yeah.
The ones for the prophet, the purity book also. They're looking at that has the blood atonement.
Yeah.
So
all
that's
stuff.
what I'm thinking it is. But please correct us if we're not.
We're not Mormons.
Let us know.
We got
into
this through mommy because she was watching Sister Wives, and now I'm all swept up in this polygamy thing.
Into the whole thing.
I don't know how we got this.
We're down into the rabbit hole.
The polygamy. You know, most of our subscribers are from the polygamous shows, actually.
That's really funny.
But yes, you guys, it's Mary.
And
we invite you guys to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below your thoughts on this craziness. Are you just as shocked as we are?
Or do you guys already know about this, the whole Warren Jeff thing?
Let us know. Are you guys watching it with us? Because we want to do a live this Sunday for sure. But we want to either do it about becoming Sister Wives, my 5 wives, or about this a prisoner of a prophet.
Yes.
So I'm going to actually do a poll on our YouTube channel.
Yes,
and you guys let us know, and then we'll go live Sunday because we need to get back to more proactive engagement, y'all, on this channel. But yes, y'all, it is Mary.
And
we want you guys to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below. Bye.